Oh hey, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm watching the world's scariest pranks. Now, are they really the scariest? I'm not sure. I doubt it. But I am excited to see how far people are willing to take it. There's something very enticing about a very dangerous prank. Of course, I'm not saying anyone should ever do dangerous pranks.
Consider yourself lucky you're not this person or this person.
Holy shit. At what point do they go from pranks to just straight up assault? We're about to find out.
Scariest pranks in the world. Consider yourself lucky you're not this person or this person. You see where I'm going with this. With so many people terrified of elevators, it seems like a pretty obvious place to stage a prank. But this one really did get creative.
That really seems too far.
Instead of doing something obvious, like pretending the elevator was stuck, this Japanese show got a little creative. The producer escorts their victim to the elevator, but the second they step inside, this happens. That's definitely something you can never prepare for, and why would you?
Show me those eyes.
And why would you? If that wasn't enough of a shock, they then find themselves on an underground slide, covered in some kind of mysterious goo. New fear unlocked, anyone? These tourists in China probably thought that walking on this glass bridge was scary enough on its own. They clearly had no idea what was in store for them. In hindsight, I'm sure you know it's a prank, but I can't even imagine what I'd be thinking if that were happening to me. Take a look at this guy who was just seconds away from losing his iPad. They achieved this.
This one seems fake, like really fake. Maybe the other one was fake too. Now I'm getting really skeptical.
Amazing illusion by placing real shards of glass and video screens underneath the glass floor and topped it all off with sound effects to make it seem extra real.
You know what the real thing is? Someone had to go underneath and put those screens.
Funny or cruel? I'll leave you to be the judge of that. Picture this, you're sitting in an empty office, just waiting around for something to happen. Then suddenly the entire desk slides open. What do? Some people would make a run.
Did they really have to circle the little hole in the desk? Like, oh, I would have missed
for
it.
the exit as quickly as possible. These people, on the other hand, made the mistake of being curious and
They just straight up fucking assault her. Are you kidding me, dude?
to stay and look. That's exactly what the pranksters wanted. Before they knew what was happening, they had a face full of cream.
It's so vicious. It's fast. It's got like momentum to it. This guy's even reacted yet. That's how fast it is.
It looks like it got everywhere too. That guy must have been glad he was wearing glasses, although he doesn't seem very happy about any of it. In the old days, all you needed for a good prank was a telephone, but those were simpler times. If you want to execute a really great prank now, you probably need to look into purchasing an extremely realistic dinosaur costume. Sure, that's going to be pretty expensive, but there's one big benefit to a moving dinosaur. It seems to terrify just about everyone. Even though dinosaurs have been extinct for millions of years,
Okay, come on, man. No one believes they're being
just
chased
something
by a
unsettling
dinosaur.
about a prehistoric beast chasing us down a corridor.
And what the cameraman, they just don't see him. He's just like...
I'm sure these people would agree. Maybe cornering yourself on the ground isn't the smartest move either. There's always more than one way to
That was fake. It's gotta be
do
fake.
something, but the choice usually comes down to what you're really trying to achieve. For example, if you wanted to terrify someone in an elevator, you could just have the whole floor open up and eat them. But that wouldn't sell very many TVs. What LG wanted to do instead was make it look like the floor of the elevator was falling away, you know, to prove how good their TVs are. Ironically, some victims even tried to find a safe tile to stand on, sometimes scrambling to the other end of the elevator. I'm just glad I didn't need to experience.
This is probably the worst one so far. Come on. TVs? Really? Panels falling? You couldn't have done any better than that?
Scrambling to the other end of the elevator. I'm just glad I didn't need to experience this for myself. If you've ever watched The Ring, then you'll know just how terrifying it is. The movie creators put together the perfect
See, now that's creative. That's probably the coolest one so far.
set for a scary prank. Just when their customers least expected it, the screen pulled up without them noticing, leaving a gap for the actress to crawl out and scare the life out of the unsuspecting victims.
That's a good prank.
Oh my god, Adriano. Oh my god!
Honestly, I think those people handled that quite well.
Did you see the fear in that woman? Also, could she get in trouble for just like grabbing somebody?
Imagine you're a technology.
I wonder if people they're playing along with it because they know that they're being filmed, or if it's like, holy fucking shit, there's a goddamn mythological demon coming out of a television, and that's just that.
Company. What's the best way to prove that your TVs have the highest quality screens on the market? LG's headquarters in Chile came up with an ingenious
Is this the shark one?
They gathered
or the
people
nuke
for
one?
a job interview. Filled the office with hidden cameras and set up one of their TVs.
This is the nuke one. This one's so cruel. I feel like I've seen this one so many times, but
interviews
it's
are
still just
stressful
as
enough.
bad.
They're far worse when a meteor suddenly appears.
Oh, it's a meteor. Okay, I thought it was a nuke. It looks like
Most
acting.
of them took it well, except for that one guy. I think I'm on his side though. Some people really know how to create drama. But the TNT network might have just...
The house where Mr. White threw the pizza up on it, apparently that's like become a problem. People keep going there to throw pizzas on the roof of that house. I'd look it up, but you just take my word for it. I read it somewhere. Now I'm thinking about it, I might be wrong. Maybe there isn't a pizza problem.
2013, the company erected a suspiciously large button in Belgium, inviting unsuspecting people to push to add drama. Some people just walk by, but some brave and curious people press the button.
Once that happens, all heck breaks loose.
With staged fights and gunfire breaking out in the town, bikini babes on motorcycles tore up the street and anarchy erupted.
The best part of the video is the reactions of those who set it off. Participants look around stunned as the action unfolds, trying to come to terms with the fact they caused it all to happen. This prank show wanted to see what would happen if they glued people to the floor.
What? Glued what to the floor? That cannot be legal. Glued people to the floor? How strong is the glue?
There you are, just minding your own business. One minute you're getting along with your day, the next you're stuck to the ground. But there's more than one way to achieve a sticky floor prank. Plan A is to trap ordinary people on the street as they go about their day. Then there's the more extreme method. Place a tray of sticky goo behind a closed door and just wait for the next victim. The highlight's definitely their previous victim sitting on the sofa covered in goo.
Oh my God. You too, huh?
He didn't even try to warn it.
That looks fake. I don't think they could legally do that.
Here's something
I don't know. I don't know the rules in other countries. I just know in the US, a rat trap style glue prank on a person, they'd probably sue your socks off, man.
you
Unless you sign a release. But who would sign a release?
almost never think about. Drinking fountains. Sure, they're a handy thing to have around, but they're not exactly going to take up a lot of space in your thoughts, at least not until something like this happens to you. This prank show set up a drinking fountain with a twist to catch unsuspecting people by
The fact that they're still trying to do it, ow, that hits.
surprise, and it definitely worked. I don't know if you've ever had water sprayed up your nose at high pressure,
Isn't that incredibly dangerous?
but it's definitely not pleasant. I wouldn't go near that fountain again, but these people are clearly a little braver than me. Most of them go in for another try. It doesn't seem worth it, but
It's gotta be scripted. It has to be.
the Indiana Jones films are iconic. They're a part of our culture, but even in iconic
Is this gonna be a big rollerball prank? Are they going to crush a human being with a 15-ton stone?
films like that, there are moments that stand out and take a life of their own. You probably already know where I'm going with this. This girl got to reenact that iconic moment, whether she wanted to or not. Honestly, it really does look genuinely frightening, especially since that's the last thing you expect when walking down a corridor. At least they were kind enough to give her something soft to land on. Even in a world of clever pranks, some are just a little more intelligent than others.
That has to be scripted. Period. The end. You can't convince me in any capacity. They're just like, hey, see that random person person that just came to our facility, crush them to death.
A yogurt company that needs to get an advertisement done. What's the best way to get people to eat yogurt? With a bear, apparently. Chobani decided they'd recreate their famous bear-centered Super Bowl commercial by setting a bear loose in New York City. Alright, not quite. They actually unleashed a man in an animatronic bear suit onto the streets to frighten unsuspecting members of the public. And it worked.
This does not in any way look like a real bear. Look at this
Bear suit onto the streets to frighten unsuspecting members of the public.
I mean, this is the bear the yogurt company released. Come on, man. Does that look like any bear you've ever seen? Editor? I'm the editor. Will you put a bear image next to this bear, please?
And it worked.
What do you mean it worked?
The bear wreaked a bit of havoc. The only people that seemed more...
You know what would have sucked is if the yogurt bear got shot by somebody for doing this. They're like out doing their thing and these little headsets like, "You're doing great, man. Keep being a bear in New York." And it just gets fucking shot for being a bear.
More confused than scared were passing children. I guess they just don't understand perfectly good advertising.
That's the end of the video, huh? All right, I guess that's the end of the video. There's the world's scariest pranks, I guess. They weren't that scary. They were more comedic? I don't know. Whatever you want to call it. But yeah, the outro's done by Nathan Graff. He's a normal guy. I swear. I'll probably cut this up into a bunch of bits and make a bunch of shorts out of it or something. Oh, I don't know if I introduced you guys to Charlight. Okay, the wife named it Charlotte. So yeah, it's supposed to illuminate the background. Check this out. Look, in editor, will you change the lighting for this so I look like I'm a superhero or something, like on maybe a windy day, like a Batman style thing? And so you see how the lights be hitting the shoulders? See that? But yeah, that's what Charlotte's for. I'm out of here. Thanks for being here. I was gonna do a prank.